Sally McRae. No, I don't think she's good at the long distance stuff, but with this field, I don't think she's someone to really watch out for to be in the top. No.
Welcome back to the next aid station. I'm your host, Jake Kilgore, with my man and co-host, Mick Garrison. We are back here live on Western States Week. Potentially my favorite running week of the year. Cocodona Week is really fun, but for some reason, leading up to Western is just giddy.
I was wondering if you would say UTMB or Western.
I'm definitely more of a Western guy. I think it's just on U.S. soil, it's by far the best coverage, best elite runners from all over the world on U.S. soil. I think it's the greatest race.
It's the OG.
Yeah.
Let's break it down.
This is the 51st running of the Western States 100. So we just were in Tahoe City when I was in the suffer tank of the Tahoe 200. And just a short little away is Olympic Valley, the starting point of Western States. Olympic Valley down to Auburn, and the trails and that whole course is just elite. Course conditions this year, it's going to be warm. It's going to be, could reach 100 in the canyons, high 80s. Snow is like gone. So could be primed for some really fast times. There's so many storylines. I'm going to start with this storyline, Mick, and I want your take. No Courtney Dauwalter, no Tom Evans, no returning champ. Now, of course, Jim has 3 crowns, but last year's winners, both of them decided to focus on Hard Rock and UTMB and bypass Western. What are your thoughts on the 2 last year's winners just taking a pass?
Well, I mean, obviously it would be better if they were there because we want more of an intense race. Having said that, not really an intense race if Courtney Dauwalter's in it. So it makes the women's race more interesting. She's certainly fun to watch. But as far as a race goes, if she's in it, like, that's a wrap.
If she's in it, it's like, cool. So she's first, then who else we talking about? So it's kind of cool that she's taking a break. I've got some great female names, men's names we'll talk about. Before we get into that, as I was going through the names, I felt like we could hit a really fun draft on this week's podcast. You and I, as we draft NBA players and best of sevens all the time, I think it's only right, leading into Western, that we create a team of 5 of the best male ultra runners today on the planet. Like today, you're drafting them to run Western States in like a cross-country format. So you pick a team of 5, I take a team of 5, who wins in a best of 7 series, and we would do, maybe a 50K, 100K, and a 100-miler, and you get 5 runners in the world.
Okay.
And I'll take 5. We'll put it up. We'll draft. Last time, I got the number 1 pick. So you get the number 1 pick this week in the best male ultra runners in the world. Who are you taking?
You said for Western.
Let's just say
not a lot of climbing there.
Let's say Western, UTMB, Hard Rock.
Okay.
I mean, the big races.
Yeah. So the climbing does come into play.
Definitely climbing. Speed and climbing. You got to have the best all-around runner.
Okay. With the number 1 pick of the 2024 best male trail runner draft, Mick Garrison picks Kilian Jornet.
Wow, I'm shocked.
Let's go, Kilian.
I'm shocked. I can't believe you stole him at number 1.
I'll go Kilian, Mick, John that I sat next to on the bus.
Yeah, 4 of whoever else you want. You get Kilian and his insane legs and lungs and VO2 max.
Yeah.
It's almost unfair. But like we do in our NBA drafts, someone gets Michael, and then you got to just build a team to try to beat him.
Yep.
So my number 2 pick, my number 1 pick, man, these guys are tough, but given today's athletic talent, I have to go with Jim Walmsley.
Dang it. Good pick.
Yeah, there's a good chunk of guys right there, but my number one pick, Jim Walmsley.
I like that pick, bro. You can't go wrong.
Nope.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he broke Killian, right? He broke the record at UTMB.
And he holds, I don't know if he broke UTMB. I can't remember. I think he did. He broke UTMB and he holds Western.
Okay,
so
that's a very good pick then.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, with my number 2 pick, coming off of injury, but I just don't doubt him. I cannot doubt him. Pretty big injury, couple years, but he's back. He's in Hard Rock. I'm rolling with Francois Dehaene.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't go wrong. I also am going overseas for my number 2 pick.
Okay.
I am going Mathieu Blanchard.
Oh, nice.
Yep. I got to get some European flavor into my U.S.
You
bound.
can't let me just take all
No,
that.
you can't have all the Euros, dude.
Yeah. Okay. With my number 3 pick. Oh. And it's just 100. You didn't say 200.
I don't care. I mean, ultra runner. That's the definition. Male ultra runner athlete. Speed, climbing, endurance, experience, all of it.
Okay, so I've got Killian and Francois. And then I'm going to roll with Tom Evans, number 3.
Yeah, it was kind of a no-brainer for me that we take him there. Okay. Number 3 for me. I love this dude. I believe he's top 10, top 5 in nearly every race he's in. He podiums a ton. And I love this dude. Nike athlete, Tyler Green.
Tyler Green's fast.
That's my number 3.
That's a good pick. Okay. Number 4 for me. I'm going to roll with Zach Miller.
Okay. His quads are tree trunks.
Yeah. One of his legs equals 2 of mine.
Easily.
Uh-huh.
His torso, I mean, the dude is a tank.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
He's fun to watch because he goes out hot.
Yep.
Bring it.
Yep. Okay. Number 4 for me, I am going into Father Time, and I might be taking him one spot too early. I had him picked at number 5 for me, but I'm going to go with Jeff Browning.
Mm-hmm.
He absolutely makes my team, and he can hit any distance, 100, 200. He's my only experienced 200-mile runner on my team, and I've freaking taken him all day.
He is on my list too. That's a very good pick. Okay. For my 5th pick, I'm struggling between 2. One is a climbing beast. He may be the best climber in the world. And the other one is super, super fast at the 200.
Mm.
Right now, this year, if you're giving me a 200 miler, Harry Sabertis, I'll put him up against anybody.
Yes. He's so good.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to take him, but I was like, I wanted Jeff's experience on my squad for that. I don't know. Harry, they went toe-to-toe for 240 miles. So,
sure.
Yeah, you got Harry. I got Jeff. Okay, so my number 5 pick. I am going with another Utah local giant. I have to take Hayden Hawks.
Oh, cool.
Yep. I know he had a little injury. I don't need to justify anything. That dude is on a mission. And if I'm picking a team today, right now, Hayden is on that team.
We're going to get to see what his comeback looks like this weekend, aren't we?
We got a couple days. We're going to see his comeback. So, all right, we'll post that up. You guys vote in a best of 7 series. Team Jake, Team Mick, who wins in a male ultra bout. Those are solid teams.
Yeah,
man.
that's
my gosh.
My honorable mention was Aurelien Dunon-Palaz.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a couple honorable mentions as well, but holy cow.
Because of how fast he climbs, dude. He
Yep.
crushed Hard Rock.
I think you got a climber in Killian, so you're good.
I think Francois can
I
climb.
think Francois too. I can't wait to get the first pick in the female draft.
Yeah, that's
I got to do some research, figure out who I'm going to take, but I'm going to have to really, really think about
Anna
who I'm gonna
Frost.
take. I have to really think about it. All right, let's jump in, man. This week back to Western, covering Western states. Moving my notes back to our pre-race. We have quick recap. We have no Courtney, no Tom Evans. Who do we have on the women's list? Who are we watching this week, Mick? Who do you like on the women's side?
Love Katie Scheid. I think it's her race to lose. I am very excited to watch her race. I also am really liking Casey Lichty. Very experienced. What is this? Her 10th running of Western?
Bro, Casey's going to get a belt buckle with 1,000 miles of Western states on it.
Yeah, she's podiumed.
Why can't I just run it once?
You'll get in.
She's got 10.
Yeah.
All these runners got 5, 8, 9, 10. And it's like a 1% draw out.
When did you really start trying?
Like 3-4 years ago.
So you're wondering why you haven't done it. And it's like the hardest race to get into.
It is. So I'll probably be in it when I'm 50.
She's done it more times than you've tried to get in.
She's done it more times than I've done all my hundreds combined.
She's done this more than anyone? Who's done this more?
No, there's a few that have one or two more, but yeah. There's going to be a few more runners that hit year 10. There's a couple dudes hitting their 10th year this year as well. They're not competing to like win it, but
yeah,
they're like in their 50s and 60s, knocking out their 10th one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
We should go down there.
Next year, we are there.
Okay. I'm watching Ragna DeBa.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how you say her name.
Yep.
She has a 17:41 finish. That's solid. That's something to watch for.
It's good enough for a top 10, probably.
Yeah, I mean, the next one on my list is Leah Yingling, and she is right around there too in that 17:49 finish. Love watching Leah. Big fan.
Big fan of Leah. Obviously, she's a local runner, and she's top 10 material all day long.
Everywhere she goes, she's top 10 material.
Does she have enough to podium?
On this year, I think so.
If
Courtney was in it, that makes it harder. But Leah's so talented, and I'm looking at the field, and I do think Katie Scheid will win it. But you said podium. I think that Leah is talented enough to podium.
She's talented enough, absolutely talented enough to do it. It's just the sport is getting so uber competitive, and Western brings in the very best every year. And she's going to need all the stars to align, and she's going to need a perfectly executed race. And I did just hear that her husband, Mike, is on like another project and won't be crewing. So that good, bad, I don't know. But Mike will not be crewing because he's on like photography duty on another project at Western.
Woj bomb.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. I think she's going to maybe she needs a couple of the runners up front to blow up or go out too fast, and she just runs her race because she's experienced.
Yeah.
I'd love to see her podium.
Can she take a half hour off of her time?
That's what she needs to do.
Because if she can do that, then the answer is yes. But does she need to, like, 100 degrees is hotter than it has been. It's not the hottest it's ever been, but that's hard.
Yeah, it's spots at 100. I think most runners are like high 80s for the majority of the race.
Watching this race year after year, the heat, these people get wrecked, dude.
Yep.
So some runners are able to push through that at a better rate than others. Does Leah have that? I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if she podiumed. It's Western, so I wouldn't be surprised if she took 10th.
Yeah. The last year, the top 10, the women, the 10th place women ran it in 18:10. So you got to go sub 18. Leah clearly can do that. I think she was the 8th place or something like that. But she'll be in the top 10 for sure. Podium's just, man, only 3 spots at the podium.
I know.
It's so hard.
You know, don't you, Jake?
Lately, once or twice. Who else you got? Who else you like?
Priscilla Forgy. She's a phenomenal runner. She's also right around that same time. That's why I'm like, holy cow. Priscilla, 1746. Leah, 1749. Ragna, 1741. I'm
Emily
like,
Hawgood.
right around there?
Yep. Yeah.
I'm like, this is going to be amazing.
Well, she's fast. She took 5th each of the last 2 years. So Emily's like right there.
Yeah, this is going to be fun.
Yep.
So I'm watching Katie, University of Utah. Let's go, Katie.
Yep.
I'm watching her. She's like got them by an hour.
Katie, she broke the course record last year.
She won UTMB.
She broke the course record by a few minutes, but it got super overshadowed because Courtney beat the course record by an hour or whatever it was. So I'm going to agree with you that it's Katie's race to lose. The other 2 spots on that podium is going to be a dogfight amongst 5 women.
Who we picking? We have to pick a podium.
I really like Rachel Drake, Tyler Green's wife. This is her first 100. And she's phenomenal. And I just found out Tyler Green and Rachel Drake just moved to Utah.
Oh.
They're right here in our hometown.
That's a power couple.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I don't know anything about her, but I'm like, I'm rolling with that. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm watching her. I'm watching Heather Jackson, who DNF'd last year, but she won Javelina just in October. Very, very fast 100. So I like Heather Jackson. Quick storyline before we pick our podium. Sally McRae lives, I believe, in like Huntington Beach or somewhere in California. She's been training up there. She's racing it this year. Where do we feel like Sally is going to be in this field?
She's good at the long distance stuff, but with this field, I don't think she's someone to really watch out for to be in the top. No,
I think people are going to watch her. I'm certainly going to watch her splits, see where she's at. But I agree. She does not have the wheels to compete in a fast 100 with the likes of these pro women that are just absolute ballers.
Yeah, I think they do such a good job with the live stream. I'll just roll with whatever they're doing. I'm not like seeking out to see what she's doing. No.
Yeah, I'll watch her. I'll seek it out. I'll search it, see where she's at in relationship to the field. She's such a strong, physically and mentally athlete. Like the longer distances are certainly her jam.
Yeah, she's super strong.
Because she's going to like outwill you. Like she's going to grind for 150, 200 miles.
She can be toast at 100 and then just rally, do a negative split on the second 100 and win the damn thing. So, yeah. But that's not this.
I think people are watching. I mean, people know who she is. She's big name. Certainly accomplished a ton in the sport.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Western, I tend to agree with you. I don't think she's got an 18-hour Western in her. I think she's sub 20, but I don't think she's 18.
Sub 20, whoop my ass.
Yeah, I mean, she smoked me. She smoked me. So yeah, no, she's solid. Maybe she'll surprise us and squeak in an 18-hour finish and take 9th or 10th. I don't know. But certainly watching. It's a story to be noted. So we're both taking Katie Scheid.
Yep.
Who are you taking in your podium, your other 2 spots? You have to pick. It's tough. I know. I'm going to have to pick as well.
So you're saying Megan?
You want me to pick mine too first?
Are we not doing it together?
You pick yours, I'll pick mine.
Okay. I am going to say Katie Scheid. I'm going to roll with Ragna Deba to podium.
Okay.
And I'm going to say out of like a fan, I want Leah Yingling.
Okay. Yes. Okay. She's going to have
You know,
to.
I didn't say who do you want. I said who's going to podium.
Yeah, that's who you're taking.
Yeah, it is.
That's your team.
Let's go.
Okay, I got Katie Scheid as well. I really, really like Rachel Drake in her first 100. I just think there's something to be said for like the unknown, and you just run harder because you don't know what's ahead of you, and then you just figure out, oh, I'm still good.
Yeah, there's somebody on the men's that's kind of like that.
Yep.
We'll get to that.
And I also am going to go with Heather Jackson. I think those two, Rachel in her first 100, Heather after DNFing, but winning Javelina very, very fast. I like those two to push Katie Scheid. I think Katie comes in, again, around that 16:40 mark. She might beat her old time. I mean, she's not touching Courtney's 15 and change, 15:40 something. She's not touching Courtney's time, but we do, on the next aid station, we do agree. It is Katie Scheid's race to lose. So go, Katie. We're cheering for you, anxious and cheering you on to see how you can crush your old time and beat the field. Into the men's. The men's top 10 last year was a sub 16 hour.
Oh, dude.
Dude, top 10, 15:54. So you want a top 10 at Western?
Players showing up.
Go sub 16.
Yeah, dude. Oh,
wild.
and we're supposed to pick the top 3 of that?
And Courtney was in there, dude. She tops 10 overall last year.
She's top 10 Hard Rock. It doesn't matter. She's crazy.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, so I think we already both agree, just like on the women's side, the men's side, it is King Jim Walmsley's race to lose.
Oh, yeah.
3-time champion, coming back after not being there for 2 years, just living in Europe, focused on UTMB, gets the win for the U.S. and for himself at UTMB, and here he is back on U.S. soil, ready to haul.
Can you imagine what he's going to do on these climbs after the training? I mean,
come on.
He was 14:40 something last year.
In Jim?
Yeah. His time. Or
No.
2 years ago.
I don't know what his time was 2 years ago, 14:40 something, but he holds the course record in 2019, 14:09. So the big storyline.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He did it in 14:09?
Yeah.
What?
He had dude Jared. He had dude pushing him. It sounds a lot like my Tahoe story. He had a guy right behind him, like 10, 15 minutes behind him, pushing him all the way in the last 50K.
He's like, peace out.
He just never stopped, dude.
He was running like that before he got lost.
Yeah.
A different year. He's so fast.
Yeah, I think that was 16. Yeah, in 16 he did that, came back and won it in like 18, 19, something like that. Anyway, yeah, he set the course record at 14:09. So the big story is like, can Jim go sub 14? And Jim, I saw his response, which was like, look, I'm not trying to race younger Jim from 5 years ago. I'm racing the field, and I'm trying to get my 4th win more so than I am trying to beat young Jim.
I see. Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah.
I love his response.
Okay. Well, I think the older Jim is still going to win it.
Older, what is he, 34?
It's like Jeff Browning. It's Jim Browning.
Jeff Walmsley.
He would hope to be able to run like Jeff Browning.
Oh, at 52.
And yeah.
Yeah, Jim is, I don't know how he loses. He has to have like a massive blow up, goes out way too strong.
Yeah.
Misses a turn. I mean, I don't know.
It can happen.
Anything can happen at these races.
Do you want to know who I think is going to be on his ass?
Who?
Tyler Green.
Yes, he is. Mm-hmm. Hayden.
Yeah, obviously.
Hayden's going to be on him.
Hayden is, it's very interesting. I don't know what to expect. I have seen him crush when he was out in that UTMB. I've watched him just annihilate Speed Goat. He's so fast. but I've also seen him get hurt and bonk, and I don't know what. I'm very excited. I'm certainly cheering for him, but I don't know what to expect when you're racing after a layoff like that, and then you're going up against Jim Walmsley.
Does it mean more to the sport to have someone upset Jim and beat him in just an all-out freaking Duke? Or is it more to the sport if it's like, no, Jim is in a league of his own and he just won his 4th Western? Like, what's better for the sport?
Uh, I mean,
Dynasty or upset?
I think going into UTMB, it's better if he wins it. National for the
For
national
the
stage,
world.
for a U.S. runner like Jim Walmsley, who's like representing the country, it would be better for him to have won Western.
UTMB, you mean?
No, I mean,
Oh, to
for
this year?
Yeah, going into UTMB. I don't even know if he's running at UTMB.
I'm talking about this year,
I'm-
Western States.
I know. I'm saying for later on, going into UTMB, for the news, for the story, for them to be able to say Jim Walmsley won Western States this year, and he's last year's UTMB winner, and like for the national story, for the Americans, it's better if Jim wins Western. For this particular weekend, on a local, that'd be wild if Tyler Green just goes and takes him down.
Anyone takes him down. So
I think worldwide it's better if he wins it.
okay, so you think that the sport carries more clout, gets more love, gets more pub if there's a runner like a Jim that just can't be beat. Who's going to take him down? Like, that's a stronger story than I'm going to say random, but a different person winning it each time.
Yes, I think it's good to have like the American that they're worried about.
But there needs to be a rivalry story, right? Like a rival, like who's rivaling him.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna need Killian to jump back in.
He'll be there. They're gonna find themselves on the same course in no time.
Yeah, that's a big story.
So with Jim,
I mean, that's a big story, win or lose. But I'm just saying.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're following every inch of that thing. So this weekend with Jim coming in hot, I think he goes sub 14:30. I don't think he's pushing for a sub 14. I just don't think he really cares that much. I think he cares about winning. So he'll do just enough to bury second place and win.
Okay. There you go.
Whether he wins by 10 minutes, 30 minutes, it's somewhere in that area. He's going to win by like 2-3 miles. Is my guess.
How many people do you think are not expecting him to win it? Like Vegas odds, or he's like minus 600.
Yep. The only people on earth who think he's not going to win are in the field running. Your name is Hayden Hawks, Jian Shang Chen, Tyler Green, Dan Jones, Jonathan Albin.
I picked him.
Yeah, Albin's fire, bro. He is going to push Jim.
I put him on my list, and he doesn't have he's never run this race, right?
This is his first 100.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I said when we were talking about the females. I'm like, there's a male that's kind of like that, like Tyler Green's wife. What's her name?
Rachel.
Rachel. And that was Jonathan.
Jonathan Albin won the UTMB CCC last year. So the 100K.
Yeah, well, I think he's going to be fast.
He won the 100K at UTMB, and this is his first 100. I would venture to say that the 100K at UTMB is harder. I'd have to look at their times, but I'd say it's harder than Western.
That's what Hayden won.
Yeah, the CCC.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, those are the only people on earth who are like, Jim's not going to win. Because they believe in themselves so much and they've put in the hard work and the training to beat him.
Here's something interesting. You put Hayden Hawks on your team, your top 5 team.
Yeah.
Do you have him podium? Ing? Podiuming.
Podiuming. I have a hard. Here's my problem with betting. This is like sports betting for me, or fantasy football, fantasy basketball. I always have a pick in there that's like I pick it with my heart instead of with my head.
Your fantasy team is like all Jazz players.
Yeah, I'm like Tyrone Corbin.
Jose Ortiz. Let's go.
Yeah, Mark Eaton. So I really think his time off and his recovery will help him. So I have Hayden in my top 5 of all these runners that we just did. So I do have him on the podium this weekend. I just couldn't pick against him. If he's not on the podium, I'm not surprised at all because that field is so freaking deep.
Okay. I want to hear your podium then.
So my podium, obviously, I got Jim Walmsley, I got Hayden Hawks, and I'm going to say for the first time ever, husband and wife podium and the podium at Western. So I'm going Tyler Green to be on the podium next to Rachel. Rachel and him will both podium this year, and it'll be the coolest
That's awesome.
story coming out of this. They just had a baby like in the last year, and their kid is going to be the most freakishly genetic Western States runner of all time. But Jonathan Albon, I am very fearful that I'm not picking him. I think Jonathan is going to push Jim to excruciating pains, and then he drops. I think he drops Jonathan.
And
probably
you
at the
think
50K mark.
See, okay. So I'm rolling Jim Walmsley. I am also rolling Tyler Green. And I actually I thought that Tyler would take second, but so Shen, how do you say his first name?
Zhen Sheng Chen.
Okay, Zhen Cheng Chen.
He took 4th last year, I think.
I'm thinking this dude's going to be a problem for people. He's fast. And I'm struggling with the third. It's either him or Jonathan Albon.
Who you going with, man?
Oh. How much blank time can we have on a podcast? Okay, I'll roll Jim Walmsley, Tyler Green, Jonathan Albon.
Okay, you can't go wrong. So you got Albon. I got Hayden. That's the only difference.
I think Shen 4th place.
Yeah.
He's
going to be there. I'm also watching Caleb Olson, Cole Watson,
Dakota Jones.
Dakota really didn't do great last year. I mean, he ran a 17-hour flat for 19th. Not Dakota great. Great in the eyes of 99% of all runners, but not great. So I'd like to see him go, sub 16 and go top 10. Jonathan Rea went 16:38, took 15th last year. I liked him as well. But I'm with you. I think those top dudes. Dan Jones has been training a ton with Hayden. Dan is fast. All their heat training in doing rim to rim and all that. So those dudes, he's going to be right there running with Hayden for a long time. So it'll be interesting to see kind of where they separate if they do. But
I know what's going to happen. Yeah. They're going to finish together.
Hold hands
as they cross the finish line.
Yay.
See?
That's cute. It's cute. It's really cute.
For 4th.
Yeah. Okay. That is our quick Western recap. I guess it's more of a pre-race predictions and podiums. This is going to be a very, very fun weekend. Any other storylines you want to touch on?
No. And I'm pretty excited that this is almost the same field as DC Peaks 50 in October.
Yeah, same crew.
Same a lot of the same podium people. We could probably just use this recording for our predictions there. But yeah, besides that.
Yeah, quick shout out to DC Peaks and of course Rockstar. If you haven't hit a Rockstar yet today, what are you doing?
If you haven't signed up for DC Peaks 50, miler, 55K or 25K.
What are you doing?
Why aren't you on Ultra
Are you
Sign
just
Up?
are you sitting on the couch all summer, or are you going to sign up for something cool?
You can't just eat those chips all day. You got to come run our race. And at the aid stations, we serve chips.
Yes, we do, because you drafted them.
I did.
Okay. Thank you for joining us. Please leave a review, like the podcast, follow it, subscribe, share,
DM us,
DM me, and then share my likes.
Share my likes. Screenshot it. Share my likes.
This has been the Next Aid Station.